It's South Region basketball time here at Trinity Gymnasium, and the TBC Eagles are taking on the Chargers of Southeastern Baptist College. Hello, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and joining us is men's basketball head coach Zach Shank. The game is starting with a technical foul free throw, and the first shot up by Sydney Crawford is up and in. So before we even begin the clock, Southeastern Baptist is on the board. 1 for 2 goes Sydney Crawford, who's averaging 12.6 points per game. The technical foul is because the shot clock is malfunctioning. And as Coach Jones explained to the crowd, every offensive rebound will be a 30-second shot clock reset. Coach Shank, good to have you along here. You're going to be with us as long as you can because you have a game to get ready for yourself.
That's right, Ray. Hey, thanks for having me, and excited to jump on here and talk about the girls' game.
Well, you missed it earlier because you had a game at Eagles View Academy, but the developmental team came away with a nice 11-point win over a very good Lamar Sports Academy. Brian Falcon scored 19 points to lead the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian's a phenomenal player and really come a long way this year, so good to give him some extra reps at that JV level.
Caroline Smith with the first shot of the ball game for TBC, and it is good. She scored 4 points Tuesday night against Pensacola Christian. A great game. The final score is 67-50, but Zach, you saw a lot of that game. TBC kept it very close, 5 points with just a couple of minutes left, and then Pensacola just exploded at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned it earlier. Pensacola took a timeout, and coming out of that timeout, they just didn't miss. And,
as I told Coach Sellers during your game, they did what they do best, and you guys got a fantastic win over Pensacola on Tuesday night. They started to make a comeback, and you had to do the same that their women's team did, exploded at the end to put that game away.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great game. Everybody played well, and excited to get that region win on Tuesday.
It was Brandon Hill, 17 points, and Diego Fernandez, I think he was over 20. I forget exactly offhand, but he and DJ Thompson hitting crucial free throws at the end to help lead to that win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Diego finished with 20, Ian Kennedy with 10, and like you said, Brandon Hill with 17. So great effort getting some good minutes and good buckets from those guys.
Caroline Smith will get the basket and one on our first foul of the ball game. Eagles in the home golds, and we'll see who gets called for the foul. It is going against Sarahia Hurd, hopefully I said that correctly. And Caroline Smith at the line. She's already scored 4. She's averaging 11.8. This one's off the front of the rim. And, Zach, remember, she had that 33-point game earlier this season. I believe that was against a Division II team, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I think they were on the road, and apparently she played really well. I didn't get a chance to see the game, but played really well offensively.
And really well offensively for Southeastern Baptist goes Mackenzie McGirt, who's averaging 10.5 points per game. 4-3 now in favor of the Eagles. Renangela Brown with the long three, but it didn't go. She scored 9 against PCC on Tuesday and averages 11.4. And again, the Eagles women's team kept that game very close. 5 points with about 4.5 left. And they were playing the number 1 team in the nation. And that's going to be a foul against Caroline Smith, her first, and that will send a Charger to the line. That Charger is Hurd, who's already scored a basket. Let's see how she's doing at the line so far this season. Very well, 72.4%. She's made 55 free throws. That one does not go, but she doesn't miss very often. Eagles are playing without Renaya Clark today. Unfortunately, she was injured, hopefully not too seriously, on Tuesday's game, and hopefully she'll be back when TBC goes down to Trinity College of Florida on Tuesday. Hurd gets a second free throw, so 3 points for Hurd. Alessandra Rodriguez, number 30, she scored 7 in Tuesday night's game. Harvey for 3, no good. One thing that both teams did not do well on Tuesday is shoot the three-pointer.
Yeah, Renata took a tough fall and I believe hit her head. And
this is more just precautionary. Alessandra Henriquez for three. She did hit a three in Tuesday's game, but that one hits off the rim and goes out of bounds. Zach, you have another tough one this afternoon against the Chargers. What do you expect to see from Southeastern Baptist?
we expect to see a lot of zone. So we're going to work on, that's what we've been working on this week, is some zone offense and making some adjustments on how we can beat that zone. So we'll see how it goes. They got some guys that can get to the basket offensively, and we're going to pick up our defensive intensity tonight, and hopefully that'll help solve the problem.
Najla Brown blocks the shot. McGirt, second chance, a little too strong, but Hurd is able to get the third shot to roll around, but it didn't go in, and it goes out of bounds. Bryson Rowland was on with me during the JV game, and he said, don't take Southeastern Baptist lightly, even though their record isn't all that good on paper. You never want to take a South Region team lightly.
Yeah, absolutely. And, going into Pensacola's game, I think we were 2-10, so we can't take us lightly. And obviously, region play is a big difference. So we are 100% going to play them just like we would play anybody else and be ready for anything they throw at us.
We got a jump ball called, and the arrow is with Trinity Baptist. So the Eagles will inbound, leading, or actually tied 4-4. Again, shot clock not functioning, so all offensive rebounds will go to 30 seconds, and that's the reason Southeastern Baptist started the game with a technical foul. Harvey's three-pointer didn't get much air underneath, and when that happens, it's hard to get the bounce to drop in.
Absolutely.
Victoria Broadway, a very good defender, was able to keep Jim from getting off the shot. Shot clock at 15, Hurd to the right side, hands off to Jim. And a three-pointer from Hurd, a little bit too strong. Hurd is averaging 12.5 points per game. Zach, Sydney Crawford, number 4. She scored 22 points against Campbellsville, Harrodsburg, and that women's team can play some basketball. So you score 22 on them, you've done a really good job.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been putting some things together, so their time will come, and I believe that they'll get the ball rolling here as they start region play.
Were supposed to play their men's team up in Tennessee. That game did not happen. You guys went 1-1. Your one win was against Welch. Your loss was against then the number 2 team in the country. You guys, I got to see you online, played some really good, solid basketball up in Gallatin.
Yeah, we did. And I had to make some adjustments for travel and weather that here in Florida we're not used to. So guys did well and responded and faced some adversity.
That was a great feed from Harvey to Smith right inside the paint. A designed play, and Caroline Smith using her size advantage and getting her third basket of the game. And the Eagles lead 6-4. 5:40 left to go in quarter number 1. Still a lot of action here, so in case you just joined us, pull up a chair, watch some good South Region women's basketball. Bounce pass to McGirt, and missed opportunity, but she got her own rebound. And was able to find Jim, and the second chance doesn't go. The third one does, and one. And Zach, right there, that's not giving up on the ball, leading to the basket and a chance at a 3.
Absolutely. You got to stay active. You can't ball watch and just sit there and expect the ball to fall in your hands. You got to go get it.
Second foul called on Caroline Smith. Team foul number 2 as well, and McGirt at the line for the first time today. And she does convert that three-point play. She has scored 5 points already. And McGirt at the line on the season. That's now only her third free throw attempt, and she's hit 2 of them. 7-6 in favor of the Chargers, wearing those really nice royal blue uniforms. Layla Harvey to the right side. Guarded by Holmes, gets the shot off, spins around and drops out, and a rebound by Saharia Hurd. And a long pass all the way up the court to Coward, but she will get called for the travel. And the Eagles catch a break there because Coward was wide open for the layup and actually got the shot to drop. So TBC a chance to reclaim the lead. They last led at 6-4. Enriquez, that's for 2, just inside the line, doesn't go. And a rebound by Briance Jim, who's averaging 4.6. Her pass taken away, but a whistle on the same play. And it looks like TBC will get called for the reach-in. Victoria Broadway, if I'm seeing that correctly. And that would be number 1. And Zach, TBC women, they've dealt with a lot of injuries this season, and they've just kept going and going. And they're playing some pretty good basketball of late.
Yeah, absolutely. Losing Emma Parrish early in the season, and had I think Renaya Clark was out with a broken.
And she missed time earlier in the season as well.
Absolutely. So.
And we're going to have a stop in play just to check on the shot clock. They're going to reset that. It said 27 when the whistle blew, but it's going down closer to 20, and they're going to put it at 23. And TBC will inbound, trailing by 3. Chargers 1-15 so far. No wins, 1 loss in South Region play. That was Bob Jones on November 15th, 54-44. Their last game was at Welch College on the 14th, and Welch won that game 64-38. TBC 1-11, no wins, 1 loss in South Region play. We talked about that game against Pensacola Christian on Tuesday, 67-50, much closer most of the way. Eagles are averaging 52 points a game and allowing 80, shooting 32% overall, 24% from three-point range, and 60 at the line. Chargers average 48 points per game, allow 71. They're shooting 32%, 24%, and 70. So, Zach, 2 very evenly matched teams out there today. Both of them looking for their second win of the season and first in the region.
Yeah, both, like you said, evenly matched. So this will, could come down to the wire. You never know.
Broadway was able to smack the ball away, but Jim got it right back and fed Hurt to the outside. Making her way inside the paint is Holmes. She couldn't get the shot off. And right at that ball did hit the rim, and look at Hurt making a great offensive play, but she will. It was McGirt who got called for the travel. Great Eagles defense on that last exchange. And now TBC a chance to pull to within 1 or tie it with a 3-point play. Both teams having a little trouble shooting the ball to start the ball game. Southeastern Baptist just 3 for 11 so far. TBC just 3 for 10, and we'll have ourselves a timeout with 3:45 left to go. And Zach, when you're not shooting the ball really well, that defense comes into play even more.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not shooting the ball well, then sit back and let you shoot.
Well, the Eagles defense has already forced 4 turnovers. Southeastern Baptist, though, has pulled in 10 rebounds to Trinity's 1. So you want to get inside, get that ball at least a second chance if the first shot does not go. Earlier today, the developmental team doing exactly what the name says, developing the players for the future. Brian Falcon, 19 points. Jesse Mitchell had 10, and Bryson and I talked about Jesse. What a hustler he is out there on the court. Hard-nosed, he'll score points, he'll get some rebounds, he'll give up the body. Reminds me a lot of Jason Spinelli.
Yeah, he gives 110% every single time he's on the floor, and he's that way in practice as well. So makes everybody around him better just by working hard.
Now, Brian would seem to be unstoppable. He hit 4 3-pointers, totaling 19. Amir Hardy and Will Mosbach each with 7, and Jalen Hardy with 6 to help lead the Eagles. Too bad you didn't get to see that one, but what happened over at Eagles View for you today?
So hosting the Sunshine State Athletic Association mid-season tournament. It's in the Jacksonville region. Alessandra there with a 3, big shot. And so we were hosting Covenant School, Jacksonville, Old Plank Christian, Riverside Christian, and Duval Charter. So Duval Charter ended up walking away with that whole thing.
Now, some of the lesser-known teams in that tournament getting a chance to showcase themselves. You know, we always hear about Rains, Ribault, Providence, Episcopal, but there's a lot of other good action here in Jacksonville in the high school ranks.
Absolutely. And our teams are down in Winter Haven playing right now. Our girls ended up winning their bracket. So we got one at their level, and our boys get ready to play at 3 o'clock. So.
Of course, you have an advantage being the AD over there. You get to see a lot of the players come into your gymnasium, and, of course, your own team and the head coach here at TBC. So you get I'm sure you want to do a little recruiting while you're watching the action.
Yeah, get a chance to watch a lot of basketball. So it's a good recruiting tool.
Sarah Hurd goes 2 for 2 and 3 for 4 overall at the line, and it's a 2-point Southeastern Baptist lead. 3:14 left in the first quarter. Brown takes the pass and plays catch with Layla Harvey. Enriquez hit that three a moment ago. Bounce pass to Broadway. She also missed some time due to injury this season, and it's great to have her back on the court. That one didn't go. Good defense thwarted that shot, made Victoria change what she really wanted to do. Gert takes the pass, guarded by Alexis Hall, the brand new Eagle on the roster. Hurt goes around Hall, a great move to the basket. Aria Hurd having herself a really good first quarter with 7. That's a good tally in just one quarter in women's basketball. And a bounce pass to Brown, who could not quite get there. The pass was off the mark. It's only the second turnover, but took the Eagles' opportunity to pull a little closer away. One thing you did Tuesday night was you avoided the turnovers. You had a much lower count than normal this time.
We did, and that was one thing that we've been working on in practice between turnovers and rebounds, and we actually won both of those stat lines on the game. So very excited for that, and hopefully we can continue to build off that. And build
you also hit the free throws, especially down the stretch. Those close games, that's going to determine the winner many times. McGirt and Hall battling for the ball. McGirt able to pull the ball away from Alexis Hall and put up a very good screen for Jim, who finds help inside. Hurd, though, couldn't convert. Second chance, no. Third chance, yes. And again, staying with it after missing. And Hurd already has 9 of the 15 points on the board. You want a player like that to stick with the ball.
Absolutely.
Enriquez looked good out of her hands, but did not go. And a rebound off the floor for Beyonce Jim. And she's going to slow it down, allow her teammates to get up court. Both teams looking for their first South Region win. It's only the second game for each team. And McGirt with a good pass from Hurt. And that is 7 points now for Mackenzie McGirt. So those two are teaming up for 15 of the 17 points. Enriquez, her pass knocked away, and here's where it hurts to lose Renaya Clark. And that one is going to be good once again for Saharia Hurd. 11 points already. Enriquez to Harvey. That one goes through Hall, but then was touched last by Mackenzie McGirt. Break for the Eagles as they're trying to now cut into a double-digit deficit. Enriquez for 3, off the rim. And we're going to have ourselves a foul against Trinity Baptist. It's going to be Chargers ball, team foul number 5. So that's 2 free throws for Southeastern Baptist. Alexis Hall is called for her second personal. .44 seconds left. It is 19-9, the Chargers lead. At the line is Sararia Hurd. And the first one bounces around and drops in. She's already 4 for 5, and we're still in the first quarter. Free throw number 2 is up, and it is good. Zach, I'm out of room for Sararia Hurd on my score sheet.
It's not a good thing, huh?
8, 9, 10, 13 points in the first quarter. And it is 21-9 in favor of the Chargers. Broadway will make contact and draw the foul. See if they call that on the floor or on the shot. And the foul is called against Sararia Hurd. It's her first. Team foul number 2. They're calling it on the shot, so Victoria Broadway will get 2 free throws. 21-9. Eagles really need to take advantage, scoring points with the clock stopped. First one is good from Broadway. 5 for 12 entering play today. Now 6 out of 13. Eagles as a team at 60% at the line. Number 2 is off the back of the rim and rebounded by McGirt. Time winding down. Shot clock is off. 22 seconds left. Jakaya Ashford with possession. She's guarded really well by Renangela Brown. Now Beyonce Jim gives it up to McGirt. Chargers are working down the clock, playing for the last shot of the quarter. And there it goes, a three-pointer. Hits off the rim. Harvey with 1 second left will not get the shot off. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter, and a very good one for Southeastern Baptist. 21-10 is our score. We're going to pause here. We'll be back in just a minute. Ready to start the second quarter, and Southeastern Baptist has the ball and an 11-point lead, 21-10. They had a really good first quarter from Sararia Hurd. I have 13. The official scorekeeper says 11. And we have ourselves a foul on the first possession of the quarter. Thank you to Coach Shank. He has now gone over to his team to help get them ready for this afternoon's ball game, and fouls called against TBC. First team foul of the quarter, and number 3 called on Alexis Hall. So she'll head over and get some help from Coach Michelle Jones. And shooting 2 will be the Chargers. Looks like Jakia Ashford will take the free throws. And number 1 is up and rolls around the rim and bounces out. I'm seeing this right. The first free throws of the season for Ashford. First one did not go, and number 2 in and out. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sararia Hurd. $11 points for Sararia Hurd. 21-10 the score. Sandra Enriquez gets the ball inside. Our first look at Kirsten Joseph, who's averaging 16.3 points per game. And we have ourselves a jump ball. Southeastern inbounded to start the quarter, so TBC has the arrow. Eagles inbound. Harvey for 3. It's good. Layla Harvey scored 12 against Pensacola Christian on Tuesday. She averages 9.6, and that's her first bucket of the afternoon. but TBC still trails by 8. This is Ashford going inside and getting the ball to bounce off the back of the rim and drop through for her first points of the afternoon. She averages 4 points per game. So Ashford with the bucket. This is only her second game with the Chargers, and great ball movement inside to Victoria Broadway. That's her first field goal. She hit a free throw in the first quarter. TBC having a much better start to the second quarter than they did end to the first. It was 21-10 after one full period. McGirt has her pass intercepted by Layla Harvey. She forces her way up the middle, has options to both sides, takes this one herself and draws the foul. So Layla Harvey will shoot 2. The foul is called against Beyonce Jim, her first. Team foul number 2. And Layla Harvey will shoot 2. Harvey on the season at 56%. And here comes a first of 2 for Layla Harvey, the sophomore from Thomasville, Georgia. It's a little too strong. Southeastern Baptist has its shooting percentage up to 40, TBC up to 35. Both teams struggled to start the ball game, but the Chargers really came to life at the end of the first quarter. Harvey goes 1 for 2, 4 total points. And a whistle, and that's going to be a turnover. Sanaya Holmes stepped on the sideline before she inbounded, and that'll give the ball back to Trinity Baptist, who has cut the deficit down to 7. Chance to make it 5 or possibly 4. There's that design play to Smith. A lot of contact and a foul. A little bit late whistle, but Smith will shoot 2. And a foul will be called against Mackenzie McGirt, and that is number 1 on McGirt. The free throws will wait until after the timeout. And a chance for Caroline Smith to cut the deficit down as close as 5. She'll come to the line in just a little bit, where she is doing very well at 77%, 40 out of 52. She has scored 106 points this season. That's second on the team behind only Renajala Brown. A lot of points scored by Sydney Coward as well for Southeastern Baptist. Coward, we mentioned earlier, scored 22 against Campbellsville Harrodsburg. That came on their November 14th game. She's also scored 19 against Champion Christian and 18 against Toppers. So Coward has had some big point totals. Heard so far, she's having a terrific afternoon. Let's see what her big point total of the season is. 19 against Ecclesia. That was in the opening game of the season. Caroline Smith hits the first of 2. And Smith now with 7, and more importantly, shrinks the deficit down to 6. Game 2 this afternoon, the men from Southeastern Baptist are here to take on the TBC Eagles. That game is scheduled to begin at 4. That, of course, depends on how long this one goes, and we'll stop this feed and start up a brand new one for the men's game. Eagles putting the press on in the backcourt and come away with the steal. And a three-pointer from Harvey. No. Looked good again out of her hands, and this one is last touched by Broadway and goes out of bounds. Great defense on the backcourt press. Got the steal, but could not convert the shot. 5-point Chargers lead. Inbound pass to Beyonce Jim. And again, the Eagles tried the press, but this time the Chargers were able to get past the timeline pretty quickly. McGirt guarded by Smith. And Jim now at midcourt with possession. Broadway on the defense. That's Coward with the ball, trying to work her way around Smith. And the bounce pass to the outside. Ashford couldn't get to the basket. Almost lost the ball, and now a three-pointer. Did it beat the buzzer? Yes, it did, and it's good. That's Sanaya Holmes, her first basket. That's her season average 3, and that was a great shot right at the buzzer. Brown trying to respond, but does not do so. 5th three-pointer of the season for Sanaya Holmes, and that was a biggie, making the lead 8 points. And she kept her composure, did not rush that shot, and she just did beat the buzzer. Eagles, though, will inbound. Smith takes the pass, collision, no call, loses the ball, and it is out of bounds. Smith collided with both Holmes and Coward, lost possession, and the Chargers will inbound with a chance to put the lead back into double digits. It was 11 at the end of the first quarter. Nakia Ashford dribbled the ball up against the sideline. And the turnover will give it right back to TBC. That's number 8 by the Chargers. Eagles, though, with possession, they have turned it over 4 times. They've scored 10 points off those 7 turnovers and looking to make it 12 or 13. Harvey almost lost possession, held on, kept it in play, goes through 2 defenders, finds Joseph wide open for 3, and it's off the rim. Smith was able to keep it in bounds and get the offensive rebound. Here's Joseph. Now the shot clock did not reset after the shot hit the rim. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be TBC's ball, or are they calling a foul? 2 officials are still talking, and one of them's looking up at the shot clock. And the shot clock did not reset after that last one hit the rim, and I believe that's what the discussion is. The ball was called out of bounds, and now the discussion is how much time to put on the shot clock and the game clock. 17 on the shot clock, 6:49 on the game clock. Smith takes the pass and buries the short. And the Eagles are back to within 6. Caroline Smith, the long deuce. She now has 10. And Trinity Baptist was trailing by 11 at the break. 9 a moment ago, and right now, 6. Victoria Broadway on the defense. Pass inside to McGirt. Smith with the block. And the ball batted into Kirsten Joseph's hands. She's been their leading scorer since 2025 started, and actually started that in late December when the Eagles took 2 games up in South Carolina, won one of them, and Kirsten Joseph was amazing in both of those games. And that was an amazing play by Renangela Brown for her first basket to pull the Eagles to within 4. Batted up in the air off Brown. Nia Holmes with possession. Shot clock at 13. This is Coward, guarded by Harvey, and a jump ball. Harvey getting her hands in on it. Well, the Chargers will keep possession, but that'll force the arrow to change. They set the shot clock, which they shouldn't have done. Coward got away with a travel. And now a 3-pointer from Ashford is in and out. And Harvey with the defensive rebound. Eagles trying to cut it to 2 or possibly 1. Joseph to Smith. Was able to maintain possession. The ball batted up in the air. Smith holds on. Shot clock at 13. Harvey for 3. Might have rushed that one a little bit. Smith and Broadway collide. Smith comes away with the ball but misses a second chance and out of bounds. Harvey had time to reset, but might have shot that ball a little too quickly. So the Chargers hold on to their 4-point lead. Coming up on 5 minutes left until the intermission. They had a big first quarter. TBC has done a much better job here in the second, and that is turnover number 9 for the Chargers. TBC has outscored the Chargers 12-5 so far in this second quarter. And they will inbound, go the length of the court. Still 5 minutes left to go, and a chance to cut the deficit down to 2 or possibly 1. We've seen 4-point plays as well. Harvey crosses midcourt. Works it to the right side, finds Smith, who was double-teamed in the paint, goes underneath, but is called for the travel. Smith a little slow to get up. She's all right. And that'll turn the ball back over to the Chargers. That's number 5 for TBC. Gert takes the pass all the way up at midcourt. With possession is Hurd. And now the Chargers will slow it down and try to set up an opportunity to extend the lead. Coward over near the Eagles bench, 10 to shoot. Bounce pass inside to Hurd. She's triple teamed and stripped. Smith got her hand on the ball, found Joseph, but then Ashford was able to take the ball right back for the Chargers. And McGirt will allow her teammates into position, and a great move to the basket, a perfect feed to Jim, who lays it in. It's her first score. She averages 4.6, and it's a 6-point lead for Southeastern Baptist. Eagles get the shot from Harvey, a little too strong. Broadway the rebound inside the paint, and the basket is good. Victoria Broadway's second field goal, 5 total points. It is a 4-point lead for Southeastern Baptist. Hurd taking the pass, trying to get around Brown. Brown with the tight defense and comes away with the ball, but then her pass gets deflected away. 4-3, Ashford, short. Broadway rebound. Great job by Renajala Brown on the defensive end. Southeastern Baptist, though, looking like they were going to hold on and get the bucket, but it did not go through. Bounce pass to Smith, double teamed, right side of the lane. Basket is good. 12 points for Caroline Smith. That is her season average. And TBC is within 2. So they've outscored the Chargers by 9 in the second quarter. Hurd's pass, knocked away, but kept in play. Hurd gets the ball right back, and Victoria Broadway is able to bat it out of bounds. Well, Chargers will keep possession, but Broadway's defense kept the Chargers from getting off the layup. 14 on the shot clock. Howard will inbound. And a pass to Hurd. And a foul right inside the lane. Looks like it's getting called against Renajala Brown. No, Caroline Smith. And that's number 3 on Smith. So Alessandra Henriquez will take over. Shot clock reset to 30. Remember, the 20-second shot clock not working. And because of that, the Chargers started the game with technical free throws, and Coward hit 1 of 2. And hitting a layup right there is Sararia Hurd. Her first score of the second quarter, but she now has 13 points. Brown takes the long pass, misses. Joseph with the rebound. Outside to Henriquez, her three-pointer short. She hit one earlier in the ball game. And a football-style pass all the way up the court to Coward. She kept it in play. Caught at the 1. And Jim has to back this one up towards midcourt. Guarded by Tiny Brown. Coward guarded by Henriquez. 7 to shoot. Ashford, no. Rebound, Kristen Joseph. Goes through 2 defenders. Hold on to the ball as it got tapped. Finds Brown in the paint. Basket good. Second score of the quarter and the game for Renajala Brown. And TBC is having a very good second quarter, 16-9. But they still trail by 2. And will get the possession after the ball goes out of bounds. Defense is doing a good job. They are forcing turnovers, number 11. And now TBC could tie it up or take the lead. Both teams shooting in the upper 30s. There is Brown for 3. 7 points now for Brown, and Trinity Baptist has the lead, 31-30. I think this is their first lead of the game. What a second quarter they had after the Chargers had a rip-roaring first. Joseph trying to strip the ball, but knocks it out of bounds. Chargers keep possession with 19 seconds on the shot clock. $1:14 left in quarter number 2. Turnaround 3 is good. That is Sydney Coward, her first three-pointer of the day. on the season. That is her 29th three-point shot. That has gone through. Broadway kept the back foot still, misses the layup, and the rebound by McGirt. So 2-point Chargers lead. Broadway on guard of Jim, keeping Jim from advancing quickly, but Jim is able to find Coward over to the right side. Shot clock at 15. Brown guarding Hurd. Ball hits off Brown and then off Hurd and goes out of bounds. It's TBC's ball with 37.5 seconds left. Angela Brown playing some really good, tight defense. Xavier Rose walking across the camera. He's looking for a South Region win this afternoon against the Chargers. 4 p.m. game time. Enriquez, the pass from Harvey. Looking for Joseph. Not sure if the pass was off the mark or if Joseph just wasn't expecting it. But that is an unforced turnover, giving the ball back to the Chargers. Turnover number 8 for the Eagles. 15 seconds left. And Broadway is going to get the hands on the ball and come away with possession. The arrow is with TBC. So with 13 seconds left, they have a chance to tie the game heading into intermission or a three-pointer to put them ahead. They're going to play for the final shot. Harvey inside to Brown. Layup, good, and one. Brown ties the game. Foul is called on Beyonce Jim, her second. And now a free throw to give TBC a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left in the second quarter. On the season, 59%. This is her first attempt of the day, and it's good. Eagles lead by 1. Last shot coming. It won't happen. And Trinity Baptist with a fantastic second quarter erases an 11-point end of the first deficit with a 24-point second quarter. Southeastern scores 12. At the half, Trinity Baptist 34, Southeastern Baptist 33. We'll pause here for the intermission, and we'll be back with the third quarter. You're watching South Region Women's Basketball on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. We're ready for the third quarter between the Eagles and the Chargers of Southeastern Baptist College, and it's been a two-way game here as the Chargers had a terrific 21-10 first quarter. TBC won the second 24-12 for that 1-point halftime lead. And Hakeem Jeffries, a member of the men's soccer team, is now on the mic. He's been working the scoreline for you, and despite a couple of just malfunctions of the website, Hakeem was able to get that back pretty quickly. And Hakeem, what do you think of the Eagles' second quarter especially?
It's starting off slow so far. The first, we started trapping, we started slowing them down. So we just need to keep doing what we did.
Number 3 and a terrific shot. That's her second three-pointer. 6 points at the half for Coward, who averages 12.6, and she gives the Chargers a lead, and that's a good start for the Chargers of this third quarter. Broadway trying to respond, and she does to retie the score, and Victoria Broadway now with 7. Angela Brown scored 9 in the first half. Caroline Smith had 12. Layla Harvey scored 4. Broadway had 5, now with 7. And the Eagles are able to take possession away and have a chance to get back out in front. Southeastern Baptist shot 41% in the first half. Trinity Baptist about 39%, and Henriquez with her second 3 of the game. Scored 1 in the first quarter, and TBC now leads by 3. And Hakeem, what a shot by Alessandra.
It was an amazing shot. She stepped in.
Turn around off the glass, and good from Mackenzie McGirt, who had 7 points in the first half and now has 9. Of course, when you hear the word shot in a game, you're thinking of something else. Men's soccer team. Yep. Had a great start to the season. Then he ran up against Bob Jones late in the season and Pensacola Christian in the tournament, and both those teams just phenomenal once again.
Yes, every year those teams do an amazing job of recruiting. They're really a very tough opponents to face.
Joseph's shot did not go, and the Chargers now have a chance to regain the lead. And you guys are in your exhibition season, doing some practices. Any games coming up for you?
None yet. Later throughout the spring semester.
Well, you'll have most of the team returning. We know that you got a couple seniors graduating, and there's always some transfers, and also some transfers in as well. As Eagles are going to go to the line. McGirt called for the foul. Kenzie McGirt with her second, and Renangela Brown, who hit that free throw with 3 seconds left in the half to put TBC ahead, will now shoot 2. And the first one is no good. That one bounced off the rim 3 times. Hakeem, what was your favorite part of this past season for you?
That's a good question.
You had a lot of wins early on, especially.
Yeah, I would say my favorite moment was the homecoming game. I think we played really well, and that really showed like our team's capability. And if we keep that up throughout the year, we really beat the teams like Pensacola.
Chargers will inbound. We're tied at 40. Ball gets away from Coward, but she tracks it down, and her pass is intercepted. Long pass to Harvey. The layup uncontested and good. Layla Harvey now with 6, and the Eagles have regained the lead at 42-40. And the team's trading baskets, Hakeem, to start this third quarter.
Yes, they are. Started off really slow, but now it's starting to pick up space.
It's the kind of game you like to see.
Yes.
Both teams looking for their first South Region win. No wins, 1 loss for each. We fell to Pensacola Christian. They fell to Bob Jones. And really no surprise for either one, because just like with the soccer, Bob Jones and Pensacola Christian, especially the women's teams, always among the best in the nation. Yep. Great defense by the Eagles. Now the shot clock went off, but the officials said play on. But since TBC came away with the ball, they just said to keep going. Brown for 3, a little strong and off the rim. And rebound by Jim. Ashton Carney lit up the goals for you this past season.
Yes, he did. He's our top scorer. Hopefully next year when he returns, he'll keep scoring.
Carney finishing his sophomore season on the soccer field. And it looks like Joseph is going to get called for reaching in. That'll be personal foul number 1 and team foul number 1. And the Chargers will inbound and try to retie or take the lead. Here's Coach Noom Ramyamand leading the men's soccer team. He was our women's coach for a few years. Went away, came back, and he's doing a really good job. He's very good at recruiting players, too. 6 minutes, 8 seconds left. Hakeem's doing double duties for us right now, joining us on the mic while working the scoreboard you see on the screen. Shot does not go, and the Eagles come away with possession. Eagles are playing some good defense of late, especially late in the second quarter and early on here in the third. McGirt with the rebound. Shot did not go. Smith avoiding contact. She needs to do that because she already has 3 fouls. Timeout called by head coach Mike Milligan of the Chargers. He is assisted by Ryan Shields. The athletic director of Southeastern Baptist College is Brad Thompson. And Coach Thompson and Coach Milligan share the sports information duties. That is their first time out. Eagles are led by Alicia Lewis, who is in her second season leading the team. She's assisted by Jared Lewis, who's not here today, and Michelle Jones and Melanie Newton. And Hakeem, this looks like it's going to be a very exciting game all the way to the final buzzer.
Yes, it is. Very close. Going neck and neck. One scored and the other team scores.
And I know I said it a few times already, but both teams already had big quarters. Southeastern Baptist 21-10 in the first, TBC 24-12 in the second. So far in the third, it's been 8-7 in favor of TBC. 2-point game as the teams are ready to come back out onto the court. Let's take a moment while we have a moment to see what's coming up for both our teams. On Tuesday, Trinity Baptist is at Trinity College of Florida down in Trinity, Florida. Women will play at 4, men will follow. And the next home game, which is actually the final home game of the season, that's going to be against Bob Jones University, women at 2 and men at 4. Actually, I'm incorrect because Saturday the 8th will be the final home games as both teams will play Trinity College of Florida. Next opportunity, we'll go over the upcoming games for the Chargers. And moving her way inside is Sararia Hurd. She now has 15 points, and she was completely uncontested. That's the kind of shot you want to get on the soccer field.
Wide open.
5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Harvey at the top of the arc. Inside to Smith. Watch the 3 seconds, but she dishes it off in time. Brown's shot no good, and Jim with the rebound. I would say Jim has done a really good job. That's now her 7th rebound. Jim,
Amazing.
only 5'4", but she's getting up and getting some boards.
She has really nice intensity. She gets up in your face and hands up, forces you to make mistakes.
Didn't get the first shot, but the second attempt draws a foul. I believe that was Victoria Broadway, and that will send Sararia Hurd to the line, where she's done a phenomenal job already, 5 out of 6. And a chance at 2 more to put her team back out in front. As a team, the Chargers 70% entering play today. That one does not go. They're now 7 for 12 at the line this afternoon, pending free throw number 2 from Hurd, who's been very good at the line at 72% all season. And that's a little higher now, especially as she hits that one to go 6 out of 8. So it's a tie game, or actually a 1-point lead for the Chargers. Smith takes the pass, has a wide open Harvey. Great look. It's off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Broadway, and Harvey will get another opportunity, but this time hits Joseph instead. Smith double-teamed in the paint. Shot does not go. Last touch by McGirt and out of bounds. Now, the ball hit the rim. They did not reset the shot clock. It's supposed to be 20 seconds, but that's not working. So it's 21. And a quick pass to Smith. Her shot is too strong. And a rebound for Sydney Coward. You don't want to give Coward too many looks. She's hit 2 3-pointers. And she had a 22-point game back in November. She's averaging 12.6. That one does not go. I thought it was in. It actually was in and spun around and came out. Broadway trapped over near the sideline and dribbles the ball out of bounds. You don't want to give this team extra opportunities by giving them the ball. It's turnover number 9 for TBC, but Southeastern's had trouble holding on. They've turned it over 15 times. And now we're ready to resume. Just under 4 minutes to go. Howard to Hurd. Works away in the paint, and a reaching in foul called against the Eagles. Layla Harvey with her first, team foul number 3. And the Chargers will inbound and get a full shot clock. They lead by 1. They've now outscored TBC 10-8 in the quarter. Coward really short on the jumper, and Smith right there to pick it up. Joseph across midcourt, looking for Smith. She was able to hold on. The shot didn't go, but Brown pulls it in. Brown 4-3. It is off the rim, and she gets her own long rebound and goes inside and draws a foul. No, they're going to call it a jump ball, not a foul. Eagles have the possession arrow, so they'll inbound. Eagles fans not happy with that call. You keep possession, but now the arrow goes over to Southeastern Baptist. Joseph from the corner off the rim. Coward coming up and beating Smith to the ball for the long rebound. This is Jim working her way up the court. Coward wide open for 3, off the rim. And into the hands of Harvey. And on the bounce, I thought that ball was going in off the rim. Eagles could reclaim the lead. Broadway back to Harvey near midcourt. Setting up the offense. Brown to Joseph. Hurd on the D, forcing it back outside. Brown for 3. It's too strong. And Harvey unable to control it. Hurd picks it up. And here comes Jim once again. Her pass to Coward. Shot too strong. And there's Jim with another rebound.
What I say is that the game is starting to slow down. They need to take their time and just put up the shot. Don't force it. If I say don't force it, she forces it again and makes a turnover.
Coward called for the travel. That rebound by Jim a moment ago was number 7. She's the leading rebounder on the court. Again, only 5'4", but Renajala Brown tends to get some rebounds too. 4 today, but she's hit double digits in rebounds.
Sometimes size don't matter. It's about the heart.
Positioning is what matters, and Renajala can get up in the air too. Joseph pull-up jumper too strong. Broadway pulls this one in, and the Eagles will reset outside the paint. Feed it in to Caroline Smith, who's double-teamed. Shot no good. Smith's had some trouble in the third quarter getting that ball to drop in. She does have 12 points, but all in the first half. And great defense by Broadway with the steal and avoiding the foul.
Smith's performance in the first half in the paint, starting to crowd it now, is slowing her down a little bit.
And we're going to have a foul called against the Chargers on the floor, so TBC will inbound, and that is Jakia Ashford's first. Team foul number 2. Neither team in the bonus, and we're still $1:38 left in the third quarter. Joseph takes the inbound pass, finds Smith, back outside. That's for 3, off the rim. And Jim again with the rebound, positioning herself, and that time all she had to do was wait for the ball to come down. Ashford's pass. No good, but the defense may have forced that turnover. Here's Alessandra Henriquez back in, and Broadway will head off to make room. Henriquez has hit a pair of 3-pointers. She has 6 total points. 2 for 5 from behind the arc. Eagles, again, a chance to regain the lead. Neither team has scored for the past couple of minutes. 42. Harvey guarded by Coward. 13 to shoot. Good D by Coward, keeping Harvey outside the arc. Brown couldn't get in either. 6 seconds left. Back out to Harvey. 4 to shoot. She sees that shot clock, gets it off. It's off the rim. And the rebound by the Chargers. And you look at Jim getting over Smith to pull in the board. Number 9 for Beyonce Jim. McGirt able to get the ball before Smith does. Coward's 3, no. Second chance, also no. Again, both teams having trouble shooting in the past few minutes. 28 seconds left. Brown, 1-on-2, yes. Angela Brown now with 12, and the Eagles lead by 1. 19 left, shot clock off, and a foul. No, a traveling violation. Hakeem, I thought he got Henriquez for the push, but the travel happened first.
Yeah, she got a little too excited.
Now, he plays soccer, and many people try to tell me that's not a contact sport. Those people never played it.
Very physical.
I did for 4 years. It's definitely a contact sport.
Very physical.
Brown for 3. Oh, off the rim. Here comes Jim. Going 1-on-3 to the hole, and this time Henriquez is called for the push from behind. That is her first. Team foul number 3, and Beyonce Jim will shoot 2. These will be her first attempts of the afternoon. On the season, she is at 48%, 20 out of 42. So Jim, chance to first tie the score and then put her team back out in front. Didn't go. She could still tie it. 44, 43, 7.5 seconds left. The Eagles are playing for the rebound. They put 2 back defensively. Have Smith and Harvey underneath. This one bounces around and drops in to tie the score. 3 points for Jim. 44-44. Last shot coming up. 3 seconds. Harvey will not get it off, and that's the end of the third quarter. 11 for the Chargers. 10 for the Eagles. Fourth quarter coming up. It's anybody's ball game. We're tied at 44. We'll be right back on TVC Eagles. Fourth quarter ready to begin. The Chargers have the arrow, so they will inbound to get things started off. We're tied at 44. Both teams had a big quarter in the first half. Much closer in the third quarter. 11-10 Southeastern to tie it up. Free throw from Beyonce Jim tied the score with just seconds left. Eagles could not get the shot off. And the fourth quarter is underway. Don't be surprised if we go an extra 5. Two teams battling hard. Both looking for their first South Region win. Hurd trying to put her team back out in front. Second chance, no. McGirt with the rebound. And there's a whistle as the ball hits the baseline and goes out of bounds. Southeastern Baptist is shooting now 36%. TBC struggled at the end of the third quarter. They're at 32%. 9 out of 15 at the line for the Chargers, 6 of 10 for the Eagles. TBC has hit 4 threes, Southeastern 3. Joseph to Harvey to Brown, inside to Smith without the ball hitting the court. Shot did not go. So both teams miss. to start the quarter, but Joseph with the steal. Caroline Smith will shoot 2, and she got hit hard and hit the floor hard. The foul's called against Sanaya Holmes, her first, and team foul number 1. Victoria Broadway for Trinity and Sydney Coward for Southeastern coming onto the court. Joseph and Holmes exit. Caroline Smith at the line. She's 2 for 3. Didn't score in the third quarter. 12 points overall, now 13. Eagles at the line now 7 for 11. And here comes number 2 from Caroline Smith, the junior from Lake Butler. Hits them both. She's 4 for 5. More importantly, she gives the team a 2-point lead. 14 total points. And not sure what the whistle's about. Oh, I think it was just the gentlemen from Southeastern Baptist as they're making their way to the locker room. The official wanted to make sure the way was clear. And so no foul, no turnover. And now the Chargers are charging up into the offensive side of the court. Men's game scheduled to start at 4. Depends on how long this one goes. McGirt guarded by Smith. Hands off to Hurd. Stripped, but gets the ball back. Shot no good. Smith with the rebound. Number 5 for Caroline Smith. Joseph with the pass, receiving, and the layup is good. That's her first basket. Hakeem, she averages 16.3 in her limited number of games. She just joined the roster in December. It's a big basket for Kirsten.
It's a beautiful move.
Ball's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be TBC's ball. That ball just kind of got away from Jim. Didn't look like she was hit, but she just lost control of the ball. Sometimes that happens. You know that on the soccer field. You might rush a little bit and just lose control of the ball. Angela Brown going inside, drawing the foul. Basket didn't go, but she will shoot 2. She has 12 points and is 2 for 3 at the line. And we have ourselves a whistle as one official's heading over to the scorer's table. I think he just gave a little warning to Coach Milligan. No other call than that, and Brown ready to shoot 2.
Coach must have said something he didn't like.
Here comes number 1 from Brown. And this one is up, and it is off the rim. Sanaya Holmes ready to come back onto the court for the Chargers. 4-point TBC lead. Brown looking now to make it 5. It is good.
Good shot.
At 13 for Renangela Brown. And a very slight delay just for the substitution. Holmes coming in and Jakia Ashford heading off. Ashford with 2 points so far. Holmes comes in. She has 3. That was a 3-pointer in the second quarter. And a long pass to Holmes right at midcourt. Coming up on 8 minutes left. Trinity Baptist leads by 5. Broadway on guard of Hurd. Knocks the ball away and a steal for Victoria Broadway. Layla Harvey almost had it picked off as Jim got right on top of her. She holds on to possession. The ball knocked away by Hurd, but recontrolled, and now another one knocked away. And Hakeem, that looked a little more like soccer as the ball's banging, bounced around from player to player.
Yes, it did. Both teams fighting for that ball.
Victoria Broadway with the steal a moment ago. Then a little bit of action. Players knocking the ball around. Traveling will nullify the shot.
Yes, you got to put the ball on the floor before.
And so no basket for Smith or the Eagles. 49-44. You ever been tempted to just pick up the ball and run with it?
Yep.
You know, that is actually how American football got invented.
Oh, is it?
Someone just got tired of kicking the ball as Jim gets the basket. He picked up the ball and ran with it, and there was no written rule. It was just understood to use feet only, and that led to carrying the ball and eventually to American football. Somebody just wanted to pick it up and run. We have ourselves a timeout with the score 49-46 in favor of the Eagles. Hakeem and I will be back in just a bit. Seven minutes, 9 seconds left. Eagles have 21 seconds on the shot clock and a three-point lead. They're shooting just 32% now. They've struggled in the last couple of moments. There's Smith. Turnaround jumper, no. And a battle for the ball. It's a jump ball. Trinity has the arrow and will get possession with 29 on the shot clock. That's one thing you don't see on the soccer field. Guys diving on top of the ball.
We have our variation, slide tackling for the ball when it's going out of bounds.
Brown for three. We could tell that one was going to come up a little short. And the Chargers, with a three-pointer, would tie the score. TBC has hit 4. Southeastern Baptist has hit 3. Both teams struggling from three-point range.
Yes, struggling very bad. I think we should just keep going in the paint. It's been working for us all night. Get to the line and just knock those free throws down.
That was a big missed opportunity for the Chargers as Hurd couldn't convert the layup. Eagles caught a break on that one. Smith outside the paint, right at the line. Joseph, she thought about the three. And got the two.
That's beautiful basketball right there. To swing the ball around, opportunity presents itself, take it.
Average-wise, in her games played, she's a leading scorer. Of course, Renaya Clark is the team's leading scorer for the season. She's unavailable today, and we certainly hope she's all right, and we'll be back Tuesday or at least next Saturday when Bob Jones comes to town. 51-46, Eagles lead at the timeout. 30-second timeout called by Coach Mike Milligan. Chargers are shooting 36% overall. They were over 40s. They've also struggled of late. Three-pointers, like we said, 4-3 in favor of TBC. Both teams have hit 9 free throws. One of the big differences is the turnover ratio, 23-11. Southeastern Baptist, 23 turnovers, and Trinity has scored 26 points off those turnovers. So if the Chargers want to come back and win it, they're going to have to hold on to the ball.
Yes, we got to give credit to Victoria. She forced like half of those turnovers. She gets up in the ball handler's face and just make them make mistakes.
Eagles have 9 total steals. Long pass, and almost a 10th one, but Jim was able to outleap Harvey. And this one is inside to Holmes, who lays it in, her first basket of the second half. And it's now a 3-point lead for TBC.
It's very bad transition defense.
And Jim, at 5'4", she gets up in the air pretty well herself, and she was the reason that basket happened. Harvey outside the arc, looking for Joseph, who wanted the three but didn't get the ball control first. That one did not hit the rim. And then Smith struggling in the second half, unable to convert the second chance. Coward wide open. Here comes Harvey, a pump fake, and the basket is good. It's a 1-point game. Sydney Coward now with 11. And Harvey will find Brown across the right side of the court. Hey, it hurts not having Renaya Clark out there today. But these Eagles, they're fighting as hard as they possibly can, and they're doing a really nice job. They're struggling of late from the field, but they're also holding the Chargers down as well. Chargers now could tie it. Fourth quarter scoring is 7-6 in favor of Trinity Baptist. Have a jump ball. This time the arrow is with the Chargers. Well, I misread the scoreboard. It's 51-50. I thought it was 51 all. Chargers will get, well, they have 30 on the shot clock. The officials, I think, are going to talk about that. And let's see how much time they put. When the offense has the possession arrow on a jump ball, they do not reset the shot clock. And they're going to hold on because the shot clock wasn't quite ready yet. They're putting 24. And they're going to lower it down, 20, 19. I'll practice counting backwards. 14, 13, 12, 11. Kind of like a New Year's Eve countdown now.
Yep.
They're putting it at 9. 9 seconds to get off the shot. 4:44 left in the game. It's a 1-point margin for TBC. Inbound. The bounce pass to Hurd. A little late call, but a foul.
I think that one was on
And I believe
Smith.
that's going to be Smith. Nope, not Smith. Angela Brown. That's good because it's only number 1 on Brown. Smith already has 3.
Can't get her kicked
And
out
so
the game.
Hurd at the line. Sorry, Hakeem, go ahead.
I was just saying we can't get her kicked out the game. She's one of our top scorers.
First shot does not go. Nine out of 16 now are the Chargers. Eagles 9 out of 14. First one didn't go. This one could tie it. It is no good. And off Layla Harvey. No, off. They're going to say Holmes. I think the Eagles got a break on that call.
I think that got off of number 4's hand.
The only explanation would be after Harvey touched it, Holmes barely got a finger on it. Eagles lead by 1. Brown, 4-3. Off the rim, no good. Smith, a foul. Was it before or on the shot? We'll see in a moment.
I think it was before the shot.
The call is against Coward. That's only her first. Smith wants to shoot, but the official's saying it was on the rebound attempt, not the shot. So Trinity will inbound.
There was a little shove before she went up for the rebound.
Harvey, that was for 2, and that one hit the top of the backboard. And a traveling violation. Eagles catch another break. That's called against Beyonce Jim. So
Didn't really see that
TBC.
position well. Did she move?
Well, I was watching her upper body because she had the ball held up high. I didn't see her feet.
Yeah.
Now I can look at the monitor, and yes, she did move her feet.
Okay. Got another break.
Eagles get possession. Smith outside the arc. Brown thinking about the 3. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Now it is at 10. Joseph's had a pretty good fourth quarter. That one doesn't go. Smith, second chance. No! Ball spun around and came out. Smith frustrated that that one didn't go, but Brown with another steal for the Eagles. 1-on-1 with Jim, and it's no good. Jim set her body up and forced Renajala Brown to go around and not pick up a charge, and that may have thwarted the shot.
After the second half, Smith's been struggling a lot in the paint. Hopefully she can pick it up.
It was a really nice defensive play by Jim. She was perfectly set. Had there been contact, it would have been an offensive foul. So she had to have thwarted Renangela Brown's effort, making Brown change what she wanted to do. We have a player on the floor. I think that is Jim. We're going to pause here while they attend to Beyonce Jim. Whoop, she's back up, so we're okay. And she looks like she's okay. They'll give her a chance to regroup. You know she does not want to come out. And she's all right. And now wait for the whistle as a timeout is called. And I'm thinking this is as much to give Jim a chance to regroup as it is to talk about the game, as she is really walking slowly back to the sideline. We could and probably should see a substitution. 30-second timeout, back in a moment. .336 left to go. I believe Jim has come. No, she's on the court. Jim is back on the court. What a tough young lady. And she just got another rebound.
Ooh, I think that's 10 now for her.
Actually, Hakeem, that's 12.
Oh, wow.
Noelle Wakefield doing our stats for us this afternoon. She's back in town and back on the stats computer.
I believe she stands at 5'3", but hey, she's hustling for those boards.
Thought for sure she was going to sit out at least a little bit, but she's back on the court. That's her with possession. Guarded by Brown. Might have gotten away with an elbow there. Now, the elbow didn't make contact, so I can agree with the non-call. McGirt with 3 seconds to shoot. Will they get it off? They do. It's off the rim. No good. And out of bounds. Incidental contact by Jim and Brown. Now, remember earlier in the game, Hurd hit that three-pointer right at the shot clock buzzer, and she had to rush to get it off and buried it. TBC with a 1-point lead. They're shooting now just 28%. They have missed several opportunities in the last few moments. Smith to Harvey, to Brown to the right side. Fortunately for the Eagles, the Chargers have missed some easy shots as well. Harvey off the glass and good and one. I think they're going to call that on her, but we'll wait to make sure. But Harvey got the basket and the foul. That is going against Hurd. That will be number 2 on Sararia Hurd. Layla Harvey gets the basket to make it a 3-point lead. She now has 8, and she is 1 for 2 at the line. This is a big free throw to make it a 2-possession game. There's still plenty of time left, though, in a close game like this.
This game is going to be neck and neck down to the wire, as it's been throughout the whole game.
53-50 the score. Harvey now ready to take the shot. Sophomore from Thomasville, Georgia. Averaging 9.6. This one is off the rim. Broadway, the rebound. Fighting for the ball, and a jump ball is called. See which Charger got hands on the ball, but they have the possession arrow and a chance with a three-pointer to tie the score. And Brown will get called for the foul. That's team foul number 2 for Renangela. That's personal foul number 2. And so the Chargers, again, a chance to tie the score with a 3-point play. Aria Hurd leads with 16. Sydney Crawford, 11. Brown and Smith each with 14 to lead the Eagles. There's Jim inside the paint, high off the glass, draws the foul. Either Harvey or Smith, and it will be number 2 on Layla Harvey, sending Beyonce Jim to the line. 1 for 2, 5 total points. Hakeem, every foul shot is going to be huge for both teams right now.
The game is neck and neck. You have to knock down those free throws. It's crucial.
Point number 6 and point 51. Jim, a chance to make it a 1-point game. It is off the rim. Smith with the rebound. That is her 11th. Trailing Hurd with 15 and Jim with 12. Smith, although she hasn't scored much in the second half, she's gotten a lot of rebounds. That ball was tipped, so it's okay to go backcourt, but the Chargers with a chance to tie it up. Broadway from behind knocks it away.
Good hustle by Broadway, running back and stopping her from getting the wide open basket.
She did make contact, but the ball was well away from Coward first, so that's the reason for no call. Finds Jim inside and a steal. Intercepted by Joseph. 2 coming up from behind, and a timeout called by Coach Lewis. Good timeout. 53-51, 1:40 left to go. A big offensive possession for the Eagles to go up by 4 or possibly 5, 53-51. And Hakeem, as we said, coming right down to the final buzzer.
Very important to knock down those free throws.
53-51 the score. If you're thinking three-pointers, Alessandra Henriquez has hit 2 for the Eagles. They've had only 2 others, Harvey and Brown. For Southeastern Baptist, Sydney Crawford has hit 2, and only Sanaya Holmes has hit a three-pointer. Both teams doing not so great from beyond the arc. 3 for 13 for the Chargers, 4 for 24 for the Eagles. Both doing much better inside the paint. Both teams struggling in the last few minutes to make even layups. Fatigue may be setting in because both teams have 7 players available today. We've seen the Eagles have to play a few games with 5. Eagles actually have 8 today. They are missing Renaya Clark, but they are playing some good basketball.
Yeah, when the game is this close, you just want to settle it down, get to your spots, and just take the easy ones. No need to force.
Joseph to Broadway. You don't want to take too much time because if you miss a shot, you give the Chargers a chance to catch up or take the lead with just a little time left. 5 seconds. 3 to shoot. They get it off, and no good. And a rebound by Jim, who's positioned herself perfectly all day long, her 13th rebound. And like we said, the Chargers with a 3 would take it. And a push and no call, and the Eagles fans livid about the non-call. And a timeout called by Mike Milligan.
Eagles fans are not happy one bit with that call.
Again, I'm going to check the monitor here. Anna Hewling on camera does a terrific job, and she got every bit of that play, and McGirt got away with a big push.
Yeah, that was a very obvious push.
But a
Fully extended
timeout.
hand as well.
And the Chargers will have possession with 16 on the shot clock, 59 on the game clock. .2 seconds left. Of course, the clock in the gym on the scoreboard is official. We got that reset to the correct time. Eagles lead by 2, 53-51. Chargers have 16 seconds on the shot clock. They will send Hurd, Holmes, Jim, Coward, and McGirt onto the court. Broadway, Harvey, Brown, Joseph, and Smith for the Eagles.
You got to play some tough defense when it's coming down to the wire like this. Hands up, smart plays, no fouls.
And a timeout called by Coach Lewis with 6 on the shot clock. You know what, Hakeem? I did not see the out of bounds myself. I thought Coach Lewis called the timeout. Well. But remember, the defense can't call a timeout. Joseph to Brown. And a steal. Fresh 30 seconds for the Chargers. Not what the Eagles wanted to do. It 2. This one is for 3. It's a little too strong. Rebound by Renajala Brown. Shot clock is off.
Just need to slow down and let them foul. Slow down.
Instead, Joseph tried to go inside, but she does draw the foul. And Hakeem, these are the biggest free throws of the game. If she hits them both, it's a 2-possession margin.
It is.
Kirsten Joseph has not attempted a foul shot today. On the season, Joseph, in her 5th game, is 13 for 20, 65% at the line. Again, game number 5 for Joseph, a sophomore from Lumberton, Michigan.
Take your time, get her feet set, breathe, and just follow through.
Number 1, no good. Well, if she hits this one, it would force the Chargers to get a 3-point play. Number 2 coming for Kirsten Joseph. And she's ready. It is no good. Rebound Broadway. Eagles another opportunity to extend the lead. 18 seconds left. Chargers will foul. That is Jim sending Layla Harvey to the line. Beyonce Jim, that is her 3rd. Now the Eagles are in the bonus, and so 2 free throws. Layla Harvey is 1 for 3. Same situation. Even 1 makes it a 3-point game and will force the Chargers to shoot a 3. It's no good.
From the free throw line when it matters the most.
They're now 9 out of 18. They have missed their last 4.
Just need 1 to go.
Number 2 from Harvey. It is good. It's a 3-point game. Chargers will go the length of the court. 15 seconds. Eagles do not want to foul.
Turnover.
They get the steal.
Turnover.
Joseph will allow the teammates up into position. They just have to protect the basketball. Brown, it's good. Kirsten Joseph, and the Eagles have won it. 56-51. What an exciting game. Eagles struggled in the 4th quarter, but they got the free throw and then the steal and the bucket to end it with a 5-point win. Very quickly through the point totals for Southeastern Baptist. Sararia Hurd, 16. Sydney Coward and Mackenzie McGirt, each with 11. Beyonce Jim, 6. Sanaya Holmes, 5. And Jakia Ashford with 2. Trinity Baptist, led by Renajala Brown, our player of the game with 16 points. Caroline Smith, 14. Layla Harvey, 9. Victoria Broadway, 7. Alessandra Henriquez, 6 on 2 threes. And Kirsten Joseph with 4. Hakeem, what an exciting game we just saw.
The ending was very eventful. What a beautiful pass.
And we're going to have another exciting one in about 25 minutes. The men's game could possibly start a little bit late. We're going to stop the feed now, start up a new one shortly before the men's game begins. Thank you, Hakeem Jeffries. Double duties for us here in the second half. You're watching South Region Basketball on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. I'm Ray Bureau. We'll see you in a little while.